everybody, and welcome back to another Friday night Waltons review, where we are reviewing the bicycle. And apparently, I spelt it wrong in the title, so let me edit that real quick. Because you know how much a stickler some people are on damn spelling. Alright, so,
Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
yeah. Alrighty, so how are you doing tonight, Germ?
Not too bad. How you doing,
No,
Gorilla?
it's. Uh, like, I don't know what's up with me. Like, I know I got like a slight cold, but like I got this feeling of like constant hunger. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
constantly feeling like I need to eat something. It only really went away when I picked out on the buffet. I finally found a Chinese buffet that has good crab rangoon. Because the one I used to go to closed down. They had the best crab rangoon, the best fried meat wontons, no, and the best fried chicken there. And I've been going around, and they closed down there. I've been bouncing around to all these different Chinese places trying to find a place and I finally found one. Granted, I had to drive 45 miles to get to it, but
You went 45 miles to find a good Chinese buffet?
yes.
It's dedication.
Hey, I wanted some damn Chinese. I finally found the one with the good crab rangoon. It wasn't too badly priced. The three of us costed 43. So
That's
about
great pricing.
that's actually average around here.
A
So
Chinese buffet around here, I'm guessing two adults and a kid.
yeah,
That would have easy $65 with tax and everything.
they'd be out of business here. They'd be out of business. See where you live, they can afford to have a bunch of people say "fuck you" on your prices. I'm out of here. Around here, he can't do that.
Yeah. But over here, we got the actual Chinese running the Chinese buffet.
Well, they're actually Chinese descent. Yeah, but
Can't
they're
beat that fresh off the boat feel, though.
yeah, but the Chinese is recording it. The Chinese government's recording everything you're saying in the restaurant.
Recording everything we're saying on YouTube right now.
Yeah, but when you're in a restaurant, you expect to you don't expect your shit to be recorded, just overheard, not recorded verbatim. What you say?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
But you do live in a small town, so our
yeah,
standards are a little different.
but considering my town's smaller than your apartment complex,
Here,
we're
if you're
still
outside of your own home, even some places in your own home, you have to be expected to be live on both audio and visual.
like what do you mean?
They can hear and see everything you do.
In your around your area?
There's a camera in every stoplight.
Oh, well, we got traffic cameras here too, but but technically they're not supposed to be recording your face there because the cops up there in Minneapolis got in trouble for that.
They've gotten in trouble for that here too, but it doesn't freaking stop them.
Yeah, no, because well, up there in Minneapolis, there's some guy ran a red light up there and they took his picture, and and yeah, and he got a ticket in the mail, and his wife opened it, and it turned out that the woman that was in his car with him was not his wife, and he sued him.
Good for him. There's still places in this country that they'll stop the government from ratting you out to your wife.
No, for all we know, it could have been something innocent, but just get, but for that headache, it'd be worth taking them to a fucking court. Now, whether or not you're doing something wrong, that's for you to convince your wife, which uh, you might need that lawsuit for that. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get started on this. Well, I'll play this real quick.
Hey guys, getting off the topic. So if we could all get back on the thing and stop all these distract. Oh look, ice cream.
Oh gosh, that was worth making that. No longer how long it took to make it. All right, so we start out with the bicycle here, and we'll start out with our prologue here. Times were hard when I was growing up in the 1930s, and many people tried to escape those times by living in other worlds created for them by glossy magazines and the movies. My own family was so close, and we were so involved with our everyday lives that we didn't seem to need those dream worlds. So it came as a surprise when one day we discovered our mother had a dream of her own. Alrighty, so we get the bicycle. It's directed by Alf Jellin. Was the K silent? Kjellin? Jellin?
I have no idea.
I'm too sober for this shit. I ain't drinking. Oh man, I haven't drank since Monday.
I would hope not. You need to give your liver a break.
Yeah, I know. All right, so John Boy's gassing up there. Apparently, they had 8 gallon tanks back then. So what? They could go about 2 miles.
They're not quite as bad as today.
Alrighty. That bike's not actually a bad color. I actually like that color.
Yeah, it looks real nice for 1930s. They may have cheated.
Oh, that lead just gives it a nice shine to it. Actually, he could have probably lied and said that was a brand new bike. The way he paints it up.
I'm sure no one around there would have caught on.
Well, look at him. How many? I can't remember how many episodes ago that was. He sat there and banged up all the furniture, thinking it was an antique. Making people think they're antiques that people were buying when really it was just fresh tables he just chipped up. Which nowadays,
Selective honesty.
yeah, yeah. Nowadays he would not be able to get away with that because if someone caught on, he'd be in for a hefty lawsuit.
The good old days before lawyers ran everything.
No, I still had lawyers, but the lawyers weren't scumbags. So, all right.
But lawyers are always scumbags.
Yeah. Yeah. And he asked him how you like the color. It's just like it's bright. I like it personally, but so it cleans up and goes in. He also needs a bag of sugar. You think that the sugar would start seeping through those burlap sacks?
I guess not.
And that looks more like 20 pounds of sugar compared to that. Wait, yeah, that looks more like 10 pounds of sugar. And we get the classic inflation joke of $125. Which I wonder how much was gas in 1933.
I'm guessing no more than 5 or 10 cents.
Let's see, 1930. Oh. 18 cents, and in 2011, that'd be 2.56. But that, uh, yeah, let's see, 18 cents, 1933. So 2000. Oh, so gas was holy shit, $4 a gallon. Holy shit. Gas.
Hell, it's better than what I'm paying.
We're paying $3.35. I think.
I filled up last week at $4.39.
So, okay, $3.49.
$4.39.
Holy shit, you guys are. God, you're not even nice enough to use lube.
And that's the cheap place. If I went to one of the fancy Arco stations, it would have been like $4.60 something.
Okay, someone didn't do their math. Because at 18 cents a gallon there, so maybe maybe their prices are a little off, because otherwise just the gas is $1.44. So maybe that was nation average. The gas here was a little bit lower. I don't know. I'm looking too much into it. I just like doing the math on this inflation crap from the 30s. Then here, old Curtis comes in. He gets his letter. Apparently, he proposed to this gal named Anna Harris, and she said yes, because his last letter is what his last letter. She liked how poetic his last letter is. So, okay, guess what happened here?
The term poetic in
Yeah.
that hick town?
Yeah. Yeah, so John Boy was freaking writing all the letters there for Curtis. He was telling him what he wanted to say, and John Boy was just putting it in words for him.
Good for John Boy.
Yeah, so that's what is how he was writing the letter. So she said yes. And she was apparently coming 1:30 that day, and he was like, oh, shit. He had to go clean up and get the house ready. So
Yeah, I gotta get a few more things ready, too. Grab a dictionary. Find out what some of those big words John Boy wrote down for you were.
Yeah, she's coming at 1:30 on the bus. Yeah. Oh, here it says.
First, as you know, I had my doubts, but like Jeanette MacDonald and Rosemary, your last beautiful letter completely swept aside all my doubts.
Yeah, you have to figure out who the fuck those people are, because he's never been to a talkie.
How quaint.
So she's like a big, like, Curtis is like me on 80s movies. There, if that makes that puts it into
completely clueless.
Yep. So now he has to go get ready. He told John Boy, just told him, go get all ready, and already he'll be back here 1:30 to pick her up. And apparently he talks about how he went to high school with her, and he asked her to dance and all that stuff. They've been writing back and forth like that. And they've been apparently corresponding for 3 months. So what?
John Boy was getting like a nickel a letter for that.
Do you really think John Boy charged him?
I would hope so, but probably not. He's just a kind-hearted idiot.
Oh, yeah.
He could have made some serious money.
Yep. Apparently, there's a bunch of talk in the background there about a bicycle and all that, and Olivia kind of stops and she's listening. She's trying to do all the chores while all the kids sit around. You know, you think Mary Ellen would be old enough to help out with some of the chores around there, but we never actually get to see, we never actually see her do much for chores. Like, she's old enough to, her and Aaron could do the damn dishes, at least.
You'd hope.
And apparently Olivia has gotten the solo spot of singing at a church. And John Boy forgot the sugar at the store. And she asked him to go back in. He goes, well, I got to go do this. He goes, fine, I'll do it. She gave the kind of the fine, I'll do it. He goes, thanks, Mama. So who's asking for the lift?
Can you give me a lift?
Oh, apparently Grandma's going somewhere. I'm guessing to the church. And all the kids leave the stuff on the table. So she walks on down. She walks on down to get the sugar that John Boy paid for. And she's just eyeballing the bike. She starts asking Ike a bunch of questions, and he's just like, "Go." And she's saying how she used to ride a bike, which she was a little girl going down the hills, freewheeling and stuff. Man, it's been 25 years since I rode a bike. You know, it's been 25 years. He told her, "Just take it. Just take it." Because I think he is like, because at least he knew he'd get it back, or he knows where they live. He'll get it. He'll either get his money or he'll get his bike back, no matter what. Yeah. What would you say would be a reasonable price for that?
Back then, I'll go $3.
$3. So
Knowing that it's used and he repainted it and probably the brakes don't exist.
did they even have brakes back then?
I don't know. Probably not.
So oops, what I do here? That's not what I want. There we go. So around $67, $68.
Sure, that sounds about right compared to today.
Yeah. All right, so she just takes it for a ride. I think he'd give her a discount. I think he'd give it to her for like $2. And she does that whole back and forth with the thing for a while. Then she gets the hang of it. I will have laughed if they will have like had her crash the bike and spill the sugar all over the thing. But that's not that's what they would have done nowadays. So she's sitting there riding the bike, and John Boy's trying to recite a poem from memory. And apparently he'll never remember the word sullen. And here comes a weird looking bus. They must not get many passengers.
Well, I guess that's what passed for a bus back then.
You think she'd come in on the evening train, but I guess it's a freight train.
The evening train's probably 20 miles away.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Lemon Pie.
Hey, Scurvy, how's it going? All right, you know, you don't get this nowadays where the bus driver's a gentleman there and takes the suitcase off the bus for her and everything. But she's a beautiful.
Well, they get nicer. They get nicer with a lady and not too many passengers.
Yeah, and she's a pretty good looking lady. I'll give her that. Though her eyebrows do kind of look stenciled on. I didn't think that fad was around in the 70s. I don't even know when
Long
that.
before the 70s.
Oh, where they shave off the eyebrows and start stenciling them on. I never understood that.
Neither did I. And when I ever asked the question, I got stuff thrown at me. But then again, that was not too uncommon for me and dating, throwing, cursing, a nail gun at one time.
You had a nail gun thrown at you or shot at you?
Shot.
Oh.
Thankfully, it was too heavy and she couldn't aim for nothing.
Oh, I remember one time I was at a party there. It was my senior year. There was a bunch of us partying in a friend's basement there, drinking and shit. And guess who the unlucky son of a bitch was to pass out first? Yeah, I woke up.
You think you would have learned?
That's the first time I passed out first at a party. And I woke up with my sweater, with me still in my sweater and my pants there, nailed to the wall.
That's surprisingly kind of them.
Yeah, they sat there. I could not get out of that fucking sweater for nothing. They sat there and nailed me to the fucking wall. Oh,
That's extraordinarily kind.
Yeah. Oh god, his mama was pissed though when she found out about all the nail holes in the goddamn wall.
Oh yeah.
He said it was worth the ass whooping though.
Until they made him pay for the drywall.
No, they just whooped his ass because they knew how to fix the paneling and stuff.
Yeah, but it still costs money.
Yeah.
And you make a kid pay for that sort of stuff once they're old enough. And that's on top of the ass whooping. Right. Once they hit 16, you are now old enough to pay for your crimes twice.
Well, actually, in Minnesota, you can work at 14. But you're only allowed, unless it's farm work during the school year. For 14 and 15-year-olds during the school year, they're allowed to work a max of 3 hours a day and no later than 7. And then during the summer, they can work no longer than 12 hours a day and not past 9 until they turn 16. Man, I missed those days when I was working in the restaurant. I worked in the restaurant since I was 14, and you get those busy nights, and all of a sudden, like 9 o'clock comes and it goes, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. Bye. So, she's asked why didn't Chris come. He says he's getting the house all arranged. She's like, oh, okay. And she's talking about how poetic and beautiful the letters were and that, and she's loving the scenery and stuff. Then she's telling him about how he asked to dance. He pretty much swept her off her feet. Oh, oops. Wrong button. Alrighty. And she's talking about some guy named Clark Gable. So he's shaving. He got the tux on.
Hold on.
What?
You don't know who Clark Gable is?
What are you playing?
Just move
I
along. It's too long a story.
here just a sec, because I'm not good with actors. Let's see, Clark. Okay, the guy looks familiar. Let's see. Oh, he's in Gone with the Wind. Okay. I got you now. He was in Gone with the Wind. Um, Mutiny on the Bounty. That's not. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Oh, he was in the original Call of the Wild. Let's see, Across the Wide Mississippi, Band of Angels, Manhattan Mandora. Uh, uh, let's see, Huskers, Life versus Secretary, Free Soul, Saratoga, Test Pilot, Comrade, Honky Tonk. There's a couple of movies here I recognize here now. Okay, I got you now. Okay. I'm just not good with names, so when you say names, it's like, oh shit. And here it shows up this house here, and it's just everything's a disaster there. They had an awkward meeting there, and he says, "Yeah, the house ain't quite ready there because he apparently the horse is about to give birth." And John Boy's trying to get out of this, but they're like, no. Both of them are like, no, stay. And he's gonna show her around. She really likes the painting there. That's actually I thought it was a pretty good painting. That was his daddy's. I'm trying to get a better picture of it. Let's see.
Approaching storm.
Okay, there's a good picture of it. I like that. Of course, you're not gonna get elk with the antlers like that no more. They know where to hide if they live long enough to get those horns.
I forget if they're. Do they shed those every season, or is that just the? Because the deer around here, they shed their horns.
No, they don't shed their horns exactly. They still they'll have their horns in the summertime and all that. They shed the Velcro or the not the Velcro like a velvet layer that grows on them. Like during the summer, there's this velvet layer that grows out of it, and they grow bigger and bigger as it hardens. Then they'll shave that off, and then they'll start regrowing new velvet and grow bigger. They'll scrape that off, and then it'll grow bigger. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently this dog has its spot. She didn't flat out say it, but she's pretty much saying either the dog's got to go or I got to go. Because the dog's not going to have that couch there once I make make a new thing for it. And he says, well, that's been his spot. It's been his spot for his whole life.
And it's going to be his spot to the day he dies, and he has them stuffed and put in that spot.
Yeah. So then he's showing her the linen closet there, and apparently you go through the linen closet to get to the bathroom there, and he shoves the door in her face, and she's just kind of like smiling, goes, "Oh, this is cozy." Because you don't say small, you say it's cozy. You learn that from a realtor. I don't know. I don't know what he grabbed here, but
Medicine cabinet.
Very cozy.
I don't know what that was that fell in the sink.
Probably not important.
You know, something that he had to hide real quick and put in his pocket.
Probably not important.
Okay.
Move along.
Yeah, then they come in here. they're wondering where that. They're all looking for Evelyn in the house. Like what? She can't leave. Get out of the house for a minute. And they don't know what's wrong because she left the kitchen a mess. And they're like, in 18 years, have you ever known her to leave the kitchen like that? They heard Jim Bob's father, and they come out. And she starts circling him with the bike, riding it. And they're like, what? She's riding a bike? And then here's where he says he doesn't see movies because the closest movie theater is 28 miles away. And she's just like devastated. 28 miles? Like, what am I gonna do? I need a fucking movie theater pretty much in my fucking backyard. No, she doesn't say that, but you can interpret it that way. Oh, yeah, this is where she's kicking the dog off. He sits there, and the dog's just like, just shut up, woman. Yeah. Then he's playing some music there. Then she starts giving all the kids chores because she wants to leave. So Aaron gets the ironing, and apparently Elizabeth's the helper. Mary Ellen does the cooking and that. Notice the boys don't get chores.
Oh yeah, don't want them in the kitchen.
And Elizabeth takes off, and John's like, well, what are people gonna say? She goes, well, that's just Olivia Walton riding on her new bike. Notice I'm putting a little flair on everything tonight. Then here Anna comes over. She wants John Boy to give her a ride to the next bus, and they're like, well, he'll give you a ride, but the next bus ain't coming till morning. So John Boy gets to move out of his damn room again, and she gets to take his bedroom. Because, they're always kind enough to offer her a place.
Yeah, John Boy's place.
Oh, that's like the perfect shot. You just look fucking drunk in this shot I got right here. But, she's talking about how Curtis ain't the man she thought he was. He doesn't know how to say poems and stuff. And the place is a mess and stuff.
She thinks you're going to get any better in the city?
Yeah. Apparently Buffalo is a lot nicer than it is today. Hey,
Buffalo was never nice.
You're thinking New York.
Buffalo is in New York.
I'm talking about New York City.
Buffalo ain't much better. Buffalo is frozen half of the year.
Oh, so is here. Oh, shoot. I better look at the radar here. This is getting awfully dark here. Oh, we got a little bit of rain coming in. Grandpa here just has a smirk on his face the whole time. Yeah, she's saying it just won't work out. Yeah, she's trying not to convenience them, but they're singing. Oh, they're singing Amazing Grace, aren't they? Yeah, that's a different version than I got taught, or different tone of Amazing Grace than I got taught.
Yeah, the one they taught us here was basically for the funeral.
Yeah. Well, this one had a whole different tone, and we had the Amazing Grace, how sweet the whatever the words are. I don't remember the words.
Yeah, exactly. That is the stand-in. The preacher says his bit about the departed, and if there's no more words to say about this person, Amazing Grace in the hole.
See, I like those funerals that are sweet to the point. You do your opening song, you rehearse a couple picked out not hymns, but Bible verses. Someone comes up, tells a couple stories about the person. You shake the holy water, do the body thing, and out the door to the cemetery. I was at a funeral one time. I kid you not. That funeral was over 3 damn hours long.
Who the hell died? The governor?
Well, they had 15 people come up to speak. I swear they probably read half the damn Bible. This person was really religious and all that, and then stuff, and it was 3 hours long. They're saying verse after verse, sang like 9 songs, and they had like 15 different people write books, pretty much.
My father was well liked at his church. He got the preacher, my cousin, and one guy at the church were done in about 45 minutes to an hour. That was considered lengthy.
Yeah, it all depends on the person. It's kind of like my cousin Jeremy's graduation that had 12 people in the class was longer than my cousin Damien's uh, uh, graduation that was 103 people. The ceremony.
That's insane.
Yeah, well, for the one with 12 people there, they kept having they had every person come up and talk what they remember most about each person in the class. So you got that. So let's see, that's 12 people, 12 stories per person. That's 144 stories. Then plus they had to sing a couple different songs to do that. Another one is the valedictorian said made a speech. Boom, get your diplomas and get the fuck out. My graduation ceremony of 110 there, that lasted about an hour or so. And the janitors are still pissed with us on that one. Because, do you know how messy 110 cans of silly string is?
110 cans of silly string.
Yeah, one of my classmates, they had their parents had a little bit of money, and they went and they bulk ordered silly string for the whole class. So when we all threw our caps up, we all unloaded the thing. We were all getting ready. They were sitting there passing out the silly string. Goes, here, put this in your pocket. Put this in your pocket. And then they told us we throw our caps off. Just start spraying, and we threw them up, and 110 cans just started spraying everywhere. What are they gonna do? Suspend us?
Get back your diploma on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so they're now it's coffee and gossip time. Bunch of cackling hens giving coffee. Apparently, this guy's not a train conductor, but the guy at the station for the trains to come when they come in, or the fuck you call him. Not the clerk, yeah, the same position as the one grandpa, the grandpa, um, blackmailed in the carnival. That's what this guy does.
Okay, so he's not the clerk.
He waves the trains in. Oh, so Jason has. So here they're doing all their chores and that. They're gospeling like a bunch of little schoolgirls about different people's things.
Funny how that doesn't change. Whether they're 8 or 80, is you just get 3 or more women in the same place. It's clucking all along.
Usually around here the guys that sit there and gossip up at the gas station, they're all retired. all retired farmers and stuff. So he's shoeing a horse here, and John Boy comes to talk to him, and he goes, "Hey, she's fucking leaving you, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" He goes, "Well, I can't do it. I can't put those words. I can't talk like a poetic thing. Blah 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 blah." Apparently, he's not happy there, but that's his home.
Yeah, what does she expect him to do? Go to the city with her so she can watch movies? He was born a farmhand. He'll die a farmhand.
Yeah. And John Boy says, "I'm not writing any more damn letters for you." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, he just can't let her go. He's trying to beg him to write him another letter there, and finally John Boy agrees. One more letter. One more. That's it.
I think the secret's out that she knows it wasn't him.
Yeah.
One more letter ain't gonna do no real good.
Yeah. And so she's getting all comfy here, so Olivia's talking to him, and then she's offered to take clothes off, but goes, "No, I'm not going to unpack. I don't want to inconvenience you, blah, blah, blah. She'll be gone tomorrow." And then she asks him, like, why is she wanting to leave? She goes, "Well, it's just Curtis. He's not the person I thought he was, like he was in the letters and that. And the place smells like horse." Then she stops herself. Too bad that 1970 censors wouldn't allow her to say horse shit. But she implied it. Yeah. She wants something fancy. And Louis like, "Hey, there's a reason he needs a fucking wife, you know." Hint, hint. You know, this would never be made today. The way, where the women are expected to take care of the house and all that, and take care of the kids and do all the cleaning and stuff. This would never be made today.
Well, yeah, I can't get women the idea that they could actually be productive members of society, not contributing directly to the GDP.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where John Boy's telling him what to write and that. It's all poetic stuff. And there they went out to talking. They're talking about the movie they went to, the romantic talkies and stuff. Oh yeah, John gave her the letter and all that, and he said, "Read it when you're alone." Yeah. And she was talking about how happy they are, and they just listen to the radio. Apparently, her parents died at 14. So she was raised by her aunt Agnes. And she talks about how she got into the movies was she was walking home and she took a different route, and somehow she ended up next to a movie theater, and she went in by herself there, and that's how she fell in love with the movies and stuff.
Good for her. Why did she want the oaf to go with her?
Yeah. And she's talking about all the wonderful stars and that. And how happy she was, how happy these movies make her, because it takes her out of reality. You know, that's her problem, right there. She spends so much time watching movies of how fabulous life could be if I could just have that, instead of looking at the freaking reality. It's escapism before we started medicating everybody.
Yep.
And someone's out.
Now you get all that in a nice, convenient pill.
Yeah, someone's out hunting. Just heard a shotgun go off.
If you hear a shotgun on my side, they're not hunting.
Yeah, it's on my side. They're out. They're out on there. Now yours we'd be hearing Uzis and freaking 9 mils.
Yeah. If you hear any gunfire, it means the meth lab's been raided.
Yeah.
Or the poor 7-Eleven guy got shot again.
Again.
It has happened a couple of times over the years.
And I suppose he can't get a permit. I suppose he can't go down to City Hall and go, "Hey fuckers, I've been shot like 6 times, so can I get a pistol permit, please?"
He can't really deal directly with the government. He may or may not be here above board.
Oh.
At least the one there now.
So does he at least talk like Apu then?
Pretty damn close, one of them.
That wasn't right. All right, I apologize.
Not right, but quite accurate.
Oh, shoot! I know I forgot to do. I don't know if you, Berto's talking on Captain Fandom Nerds channel about he didn't want to flat out say it, but a certain because there's apparently a car crash right outside his house. He's talking about how a certain demographic of people can't drive and all that, but he was going the long way around and saying they weren't to avoid saying that they were Asian.
I can confirm that stereotype.
Yeah.
They'll bump your insurance when you add one on, too.
Yeah. Yeah, but he pretty much spent 5 minutes trying to say that that these people were a certain demographic that's maybe stereotypical of bad driving, but good at math, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well,
it's pretty entertaining, to be honest.
Bird tries not to say the obvious that people don't, YouTube doesn't like to hear. But trust me, woman, Asian, glasses, they won't say it outright, but your insurance will go up a minimum of 5%.
Yeah. No, if you haven't listened to Captain Phantom Nerds stream this morning, you gotta.
I did.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah.
Okay, then he was talking about how he'd be willing to do the country to get AOC and pretty much bed there to stop her from voting there. Then he goes out with Nancy Pelosi. I don't think I love the country that much.
I don't think anyone loves the country that much. You have to be Uncle Sam or Captain freaking America to love America that much.
I think I'll take the pig in that from Black Mirror that we watched on Wednesday over that.
Well, it's either a pig or a mummy.
No, just a drunken hag. Who he'd probably have to take a whole package of Viagra, and then he'd have to use some goddamn Luso because it's fucking dusty down there. Because we all know her husband's. Well, allegedly her husband likes the opposite sex. Allegedly. Based on incidents
quote unquote, allegedly. He doesn't have a 30-year history of spending time with young men who are of age, I grant you, but very flamboyant and don't quite have legal employment in the city of San Francisco.
And just happened to break it, happened to be in their house with a hammer and both of them in their underwear. Just saying, allegedly,
with no broken windows.
No, there's a broken window, but is broken out instead of in. This is all allegedly now. This is all allegedly. Her, let's move on before I get this taken down. So she heads up there, and she's reading the letter. Then she's reading something that John Boy, because John Boy left his notepad out. She read it. Yeah, she's comparing it.
She's not smart enough to do that, I guarantee.
She did though. She put two and two
Yeah,
together.
she did for plot convenience purposes. There's no way in any realistic situation she's able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so she comes down here and goes, You wrote these damn letters, didn't you? Didn't you?" And he goes, John Boy kind of stands there. And she thinks that they deceived him. How they're laughing the whole time that he was writing the letters and all that. She thinks they're laughing at him. Thought it was funny. She upended her whole life for this. And John Boy's trying to say they didn't mean to deceive or hurt you, but you know how women are. And I had to look at this for a second because it buffered on me on this. I thought for a second she had a unibrow.
Looks kind of like it, yeah.
Yeah. So, look, and John's like, John Boy, it looks like you got some explaining to do. Oh, and here's
Yeah, at least tell Pops you got money for that.
Yeah. And here's the gossiping hens again. And Olivia's like, I gotta go. I'm not listening to this shit. So I got played because it's brought up again. So she rides home, and she comes in. Nobody's home for some damn reason. So she's trying to pack up real quietly to pack up in there. Apparently, Aaron burnt the shirt, John's shirt there, big old iron spot on it. Iron spot on it. The place is still a mess. Someone forgot to put water in the potatoes. Then she kicks a pan that underneath there that's all burnt up on the bottom. Oh, let's see what. Yeah, they burnt the pan. Well, I swear it was burnt earlier in the episode, so they're just reusing the prop.
Probably.
Because I swear there's one burnt earlier there. And she's just admiring the smells and the sawdust everywhere. Now, if there's any scene worth watching in this whole episode, it's this one right here between Olivia and John, where she's just pretty much talking about, this is our home. We built this. I never thought I'd see it like this, you know. This was a golden scene. Yeah, this place. She's talking about how she just was having silly dreams, schoolgirl dreams, and that. Especially on the bicycle. And so they hug and make up for the way she just abandoned them. Then she wants to say goodbye and thanks for everything. They try to talk. She goes to her. They know that she's angry with John Boy. You know how she's just sits in dark tears dreaming of other people's lives. She's telling him, why not give him another chance? Come on, give him another chance. That's pretty much what is coming down.
He's not going to beat you, and you're not going to do any better in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, at least let him warm up to you. Give it a month. Give it a month. That's all I say. Give it a month. You know, but yeah, And I was trying to tell him, don't wait for it too long, But here Curtis comes. He's like, I got something to say. She's telling him to go away. She's not listening. He goes, this I thought was funny. He goes, I may not be, Jimmy Clark or Jimmy Cable or Clark Stewart, but I think she's correct. He's trying to tell her he loves her. He loves her ever since he laid eyes on her, blah, blah, blah. Then he says if she doesn't come off that swing, he's going to leave and never come back. And that's when John Boy stops and goes, we did not deceive you and all that. He just couldn't find the words for you. And she goes, that is deceiving and all that. But he, guess what, turned her around.
I can't imagine.
They flat out told her, goes, who do you think wrote all the stuff in the movies? You're so fun. Oh, let's hear it. Let's play a little bit of it.
Deceitful? What about all those movie stars you're always talking about? You think they write down their own words? They do not.
What do you mean?
I read.
He's convincing her with a fan magazine. I had to pause it because of fucking Warner Brothers.
In a fan magazine, they hire writers to write down those lines for them.
And that's when she comes to the realization, oh shit, I made a mistake. Because she did not realize that the actors on screen are reading lines written for them by writers.
It's pretty stupid of her.
Yeah. So she has them stop the swing and she chases them down on the bike and stuff to go give them. She goes, Curtis, wait, stop. And they had to teach her. They had to give her a quick 2 second lesson on how to ride a bike, and she's chasing them down the road, calling for him. And they make up. They kiss. Alrighty. Now we are at our epilogue. My mother never sang in grand opera, but her voice never failed to fill our house with a glad song as she went about the job of caring for us all. I can still remember when the hour grew late, I would be writing in my room and she would be working at some chore in the kitchen and her voice would drift upward. Alright, that's pretty much our whole thing. And so yeah, they make up and all that, we will be seeing them again. We'll be seeing Anne and Curtis again in the fulfillment. It's in this season 2, episode 20. But they changed the actor on that to Victor French, who played Clay Spencer's brothers in Spencer's Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's your interesting fact for the episode. So what'd you think?
Well, not too bad and nothing really to grab onto to you though. I'd say C+.
Well, I'm gonna give it a B because it was interesting. It was a little bit of fun, but it also seemed like a filler episode. It did lag at spots, and she sounded too prissy. Her changing her mind was too easy, and all that. She seemed like a ditz in some of the episodes there, and Olivia seemed a little like she was in character but out of character. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, next week's episode is the Townie. So I'm gonna type that into Google here. All right, her name was Sarah, and wait. No, John Boy doesn't take her marriage plan seriously. No, that's a okay. Oh, here's the about. A friend of John Boy's wants to marry him to get away from her repressive mother, but when John Boy doesn't take her plan seriously, she starts a relationship with a townie, whoever the fuck a townie is.
Oh, it's just what it means. Townie. Guy from town.
Okay. For
As
some
opposed
reason,
to where they live. They don't live in town. They live in the
the
sticks.
boonies.
The
The boonies.
boonies.
Great. Now I want some Boone Farm. Damn it. Alrighty, so with that, thank you, Lemon Pie, for coming. There, what do you got going on, Jerm?
Tomorrow for Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m. We're watching Denver the Last Dinosaur.
Yeah, that's 8 a.m. Pacific time. Alrighty, as for me, tomorrow we're watching Babylon 5 in the beginning. And then on Sunday, we are watching Indiana Jones.
Which
And
one?
I think you told me to watch The Temple first.
Right. Whatever you do, do not look up the movie The Temple. Make sure it's Indiana Jones and The Temple of Doom.
Why is The Temple like some gay porno or something?
Let's just say if you don't have safe search on, it can get a little bit iffy. You're gonna get some cult stuff.
Oh, okay.
So not so much porn as in the FBI is gonna start sniffing around.
Yeah. Well, you mean they're actually gonna do something for once?
Oh yeah, you're a normal average American looking to harm nobody. You're the prime target.
I forgot I'm on the wrong side of the fucking aisle. You know, that does nothing but sits at home, goes to work, get up, go to work, come home, play a game or two, shower, do some stuff, then go to bed.
Yeah, the FBI hates you.
Yeah. I'll just Photoshop myself in a gay pride parade. They'll back off. All right, I better end this before I get any more trouble on this one. So you guys have a good night. Remember.